In this video, we will explore how to estimate the average return using confidence interval. Here is a sample of the log return of a stock price of Apple. We can get average return in this sample. We can sample mean to estimate the real average return, which is population mean in our example. We want to do more about estimation. Intuitionally, if the sample is a good representative of the population mean should be close to sample mean. It is plausible to say that the population mean is in a range with sample mean centered. Hence, our task in this video is to estimate population mean using an interval with lower and upper bound. To start with, we need to standardize sample mean because different sample has different mean and standard deviation. We have learned that the distribution of sample mean is normal from last video. We can standardize sample mean by minus its means, which is identical to population mean, and divided by its standard deviation, which is the standard deviation of population divided by square root of sample size. After standardization, it becomes standard normal and follows z distribution. For z distribution, it is not difficult to find two quantities, z alpha over 2 and z 1 minus alpha over 2, such that in the middle the probability is 1 minus alpha. Since z is symmetric with respect to 0, the magnitudes of these two quantities are the same except the sign. We have z 1 minus alpha over 2 equal to negative z alpha over 2. Since the standardization form of sample mean is also z, then we have this equation. With some calculation in the parentheses, we can have this form, which explicitly gives the upper and lower bounds for population mean. Notice that sigma is population standard deviation, which is usually unknown. In practice, we can replace it using sample standard deviation if sample size is large enough. The interval here for mu is called confidence interval at the level of 1 minus alpha. In our problems, to build the interval for the average return, we need to find quantiles of z distribution, which has been discussed in topic 2. We can use norm.ppf to get the quantiles. Here, alpha over 2 is equal to 0.1, hence confidence level is 80%. Then we can calculate sample means and standard deviation of sample, in which the population standard deviation is replaced by sample standard deviation. The 80% confidence interval is printed out. Average return of Apple stocks falls in this interval with 80% chance. Notice this interval is on the positive side. It implies that the average return is very likely to be positive. In next video, we will discuss another statistical inference tool, hypothesis testing, which can be applied to detect difference or change of population.